G'day everyone, welcome back to Doing Things Poorly. Today we have a Scott Bonnar edger. This is a model 380031. Picked it up from a tip shop. Favorite place to get stuff. It cost me $40 and apparently works, but we've never really tested it, never done anything to it. This is really my first time seeing it. I know that it pulls over, the engine's not stuck, but aside from that, we're going to investigate further ourselves. So let's get into it. Alright, well the first thing I want to do is pull this spark plug out and spin it over. So I'll grab a spanner and we'll get going. Well, no spanner in 21, so I've gone with the socket. Not too bad, bit of dirt on there. There does seem to be some, let's see if the camera will focus, there's some stuff coming off the top of the lug there. Not too bad. Get a torch and see if we can have a look down the plug hole. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to get too much in there. Seems to be fairly clean. Give it a pull over and see how it feels. Yeah, quite smooth. Doesn't seem to be any debris in there or anything. I'm assuming this is a ground to cut off the engine. What else can we look at? Definitely a bit grubby. What we could do is just trickle some fuel down, throw the spark plug in and see if it fires off. Let's have a look in the fuel tank. Get that torch. There's definitely some old fuel in there. Don't think it's going to focus for us. There is definitely some grot in there as well. Not a huge amount, but something we'd want to drain before really running it through. But we're going to give it a go anyway, because this is doing things poorly. Let's pull it off without dribbling fuel in. Pull it off. You know what I mean. Don't even go there. Let's see if we can use the fuel that's in the tank. I've got let's see that moving. There's a lever up on the handle and that just controls the throttle. There's no choke that I can see, so I'll give it a pull. Zap myself. Not smart. Okay, well, safe to assume that there's either gunk in the carby, or there's not even fuel flowing. There's definitely spark. Felt that through the finger. Alright, let's pull this air cover off. We will inspect further, see what we can find. What is that? That spring is definitely not doing its job. It's very weak. We might clean it up a little bit first. not being looked after. Just filth everywhere. Come get a have a look. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Just grot. Always make sure to use your wife's best tea towels, because they're really clean and they clean things well. Just don't tell her. Chuck it in the washing machine. No one has to know. What is this thing? Ah, pool choke. There we go. Okay, didn't know about that before. It's because it was too covered in filth. Maybe we'll give it a pop off with some choke. But already that feels a lot better. I hate working with things when you just don't even want to touch it. So I do like to give things a bit of a clean. Now let's pull this choke out. It says pull choke. Alright, don't touch the spark plug lid this time. Try not to get my hand caught. Ooh, sounded like it was about to go. Oh, check out this belt. I have to get you off the stand. See this belt here? That is probably older than me. It's got cracks all through it, but if it's gonna hang in there, we're gonna let it. So we don't want to do too much without knowing if she's worth keeping. I think she will be, but let's keep going. She's about to fire. You beauty! And the smoke coming out. Running on really old fuel. Okay. I was afraid to touch her. I didn't want to get shocked again. Doesn't hurt that much, it's just not pleasant. Alright, she runs. Didn't have to do anything. Thanks for watching this one, guys. No, I'm joking. Let's keep diving in. Alright, so we know she runs. I didn't see the blade spinning down in the cavity, but I wonder if that's just a matter of the lever not being deployed. I don't know if that somehow tensions the belt, starts it spinning. We'll find out shortly. That's not as important as getting in and just giving everything a bit of a once over. Start with this airbox. Now that things are hot, perfect time to be touching things, right? A bit of blow by there for sure. Look how gunky that sponge is. You can't see. There you go. That is pretty filthy. Definitely going to order a new air filter. They're only a couple of bucks, so I'm not too worried. Gotta go with this. It's a fair bit of oil and stuff laying around. Although, as I said, this has been sitting for a while. I don't know why someone would take it to the tip if it's running and working fine. I mean, it popped off straight away for us once we put the choke on. So what is its problem? There is some oil around the top here. I don't know if you can see that. You better stand up a little bit. There you go. Right, in here. Is that just... What? Fell over. Good one. You right? Good. So I don't know if that's just build up of gunk or if that is leaking at the gasket there. Doesn't seem to be too much stuff. I mean, there is just a general amount of grot everywhere you look. Just delightful. So what to do next? Do we just give it a clean up and fresh fuel, give it a test? Or do we pull it apart and really clean it up? I am seeing, calm down, I'm standing up too high now. Right, there's a crack right here. And that is, I don't know what that is. Guess my other question is, how do we clean it down well enough? It's a Nejo, it's going to get dirty, don't get me wrong, but all this build up, I just don't like leaving that to sit forever. You tend to let that stuff sit and then you let other things go and the machine ends up pretty junky, which maybe that's why it was at the tip shop. But it's running fine, and it's a Scott Bonnar, you don't just throw them away. Good 2 horsepower Briggs & Stratton, made in the US. Well look, if nothing else, we can clean it up, give it an oil change. I would assume it's never had one before. And fresh fuel, fresh air filter, and probably a fresh spark plug, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's pull this air filter apart. Okay. Every 25 hours you've got to clean it. Wash foam and kerosene or liquid detergent. It is a genuine one, but I would hazard a guess that this has been sitting for a very long time. It's not disintegrating, which is a really good thing. But look how dirty that is, just on the intake. All that dirt and grot that's been sitting on the top of that fuel tank has just been getting sucked up into the airbox. Just not good for your engines. Bit of oil in there, that's not too bad. That grot is still around. Give that a clean up, give the lid a clean up. We'll order a fresh air filter. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Going to clean up as much as we can. I don't want to pull it all apart because I assume the gaskets are going to die on me. But I do want to tidy it up a bit and get rid of some of the grot that's under there. There's still some under the exhaust there, especially around the intake port. Definitely want to get a new spark plug, new air filter like we just said. Clean out this fuel. Right, let's get some picks, maybe a toothbrush will be a good way of getting into these small crevices and having enough power to remove the dirt but not damage anything. So let's grab wife's or daughter's toothbrush, probably the daughter's toothbrush, and we'll go from there. Toothbrush required, let's go cleaning. I won't use broken parts cleaner, I will use just some degreaser. I want to break that little spring, the return for the throttle, but I do want to get around it. That pipe, by the way, that's the fuel intake. Goes into the air mix and then through this pipe here into the engine. Looks loads better already. Look at that. I'll zoom in then. Don't want to look at my hand. Right, you get the idea. I'll keep going with this, come back to you. What? A 50-cent toothbrush broke? You joking? Quality, it's just not the same these days. Am I right? Might have to get the wife's toothbrush now. Ah, I can give this one back, right? Yeah. Look at this filth dripping down. Ugh, delightful. I was cleaning in here and just had to show you. Look at this. Oh, rot. Alright, we need something else. Screwdriver? Yeah. It's mostly just sand, thankfully. Lovely. What I see this a lot, right? This port, this plug, is your oil drain. They put it there that's not easily accessible, and there's a big plate underneath it, so oil's just going to drip on and around that plate, and you're not easily going to be able to catch the oil. I know there's limited spots to do it, but put a drain hole there, put something, just make it easier for the people to maintain their stuff. Well, that was nearly a whole can of carb clean, and I haven't even touched the back. There's your oil fill hole, like that. Is that another oil drain on the bottom there? Yes, I think it is. Still, you have the same problem. Alright, let's get the wire brush. Alright, that's pretty well cleaned up. That's looking a lot better. Even back in here, looking good. It's not perfect, but good enough for who it is. That's looking a lot better. Up under there just had loads of grub. Is that a crack? There. You see it? Middle of the screen. That's not a crack, is it? Gonna get a cloth and wipe that off. I think we just found out why this was parked and put in the dump. That is a crack in the block. It explains a lot of the grot that's laying around. Bummer. So what do? Keep going? Yeah, of course we do. Right, it's cleaned up. Let's get some parts ordered. Come back in a few days. I heard you. You don't need to say it. Why am I putting money into something with a cracked head? Well, I haven't yet. I want to see how it runs, see how much stuff comes out. Maybe it can be fixed with some JB weld. Huh. It's a $40 edger. Let's give it a go. It's worth saving if we can. I do want to see how it runs. If there's barely anything coming out, fantastic, we'll probably just leave it. If there is some oil or gunk or whatever coming out and doesn't look good, we'll give some JB weld a try. I haven't bought a new spark plug yet, haven't bought air filter, haven't done anything. Let's just give it a go. Did it. Not the straightest line in the world. Let's have a look at that block. Looks pretty clear to me, hey? Right, let's get a new air filter and spark plug. I think we'll run it like this for a bit. If it's trash, it's trash. The spark plug is $5, the air filter is I think about 12. I think we're not in it too deep. Well, she just ran beautifully. Blade seems fairly sharp enough to cut at least. I didn't even have a look at the blade properly. But as I said, we'll replace the air filter, spark plug, give it an oil change. None of that's all that exciting, so unless I find something fantastic or interesting, I'm going to leave that one there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate your time. And if you can, give me a like, throw a comment down there, tell me what you want to see next. Thanks.